Hello one and all, welcome back to my Halloween special for 2024. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a returner, of course, well, But this time I shall be reviewing Batman The Long Halloween Part 2. If you guys saw earlier this special, I reviewed Part 1 and I just thought, I don't really want to push Part 2 to next year's special, so I thought, why not get it done and over with anyway. Plus, I think it's one story, technically speaking, I think anyway. This once again stars the cast from the first part, and it's directed by the same director, Chris Plummer. And just like with part 1, this will contain spoilers for this one, so if you have not seen it, check it out first, or if you don't care, welcome anyways. So, back in part 1, we saw it end on basically this sort of cruise boat, and then you had sort of the post-credit scene with Poison Ivy in there. Well, we cut straight into Poison Ivy. You see Bruce Wayne in there, and then you see Catwoman as well. And can I just say, the way they handle Two-Face, I know I'm just getting into him already, but I love how they handle Two-Face in this movie where, Harvey Dent is basically in sort of this courtroom. Then, he gets captured and then gets taken to hospital. And, well, then eventually becomes Two-Face. And that, I think they handle it really well. I think that's probably the best transfer Two-Face I've seen since The Dark Knight. I think they handle that pretty well, I think. The voice acting, just like in part 1, is still superb. Jensen Ackles, if that's how you pronounce his name, who plays Batman, does a great job in here. You do have the Joker in one scene. He's not in it as much as part 1, but Troy Baker still does a good job. You see other villains in here. You have Two-Face, you have the Penguin, Poison Ivy, you have Mad Hatter, then you have Solomon Grundy, yada yada yada. Of course, you see Batman and Catwoman team up together, and I think the way they play the characters, I think, is handled extremely well. Forgot to talk about the plot of the movie, sorry. With the Holiday Killer still on the prowl, Batman goes off the Common Falcon and his newly acquired band of unsavory villains. Meanwhile, Harvey Dent tries to end the mob war. And like I was saying in part 1, the animation is spot on. It really truly feels like you're watching a graphic novel put into a screen. I just think that was just handled really well. And if I'm being honest, I'm not too sure which I would prefer, part 1 or part 2. I think both movies are just equally as good. Of course, you have Commissioner Gordon here and there as well. Then you have Alfred as well. And so I think the way they handle certain scenes, I think is just pretty good. I mean, seeing all the villains that you see in the movie anyway coming together, I just thought was really cool. And this isn't completely as Halloween as I thought it'd be, as much as part 1 was. But until the very end, where you get to see kid do some trick-or-treating, dressed up as Batman. Then, of course, the movie ends. Then it cuts to another trick-or-treating scene. You see a bit of a funny moment. It's not really supposed to set up anything. You see Green Arrow and the Flash. That I thought was really quite touching right there, as if they were trick-or-treating as well. And all in all, guys, I wouldn't consider The Long Halloween, both parts anyway, if you consider them one, because I probably do anyway, which is why I'm reviewing both parts separately, but also in this Halloween special. I think that it's a good enough Batman story, which is based on the graphic novel The Long Halloween. I think it captures the animation really well. I think that the acting is superb. I'm not really going to get into too much because I kind of delved a little bit more in the first part. But there you go, guys. That was my review on Batman The Long Halloween Part 2. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of The Long Halloween. Do you consider it one movie? I mean, I do anyway. Or which do you prefer, Part 1 or 2? Let me know below in the comments below. As always, if you're new, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share this video, notify that bell before you leave. I'm a movie reviewer who lives in the UK that likes to do movie reviews, particularly classics, because that's where my energy kicks in the most. So if you're a returner, welcome back, and hope you're enjoying the content so far, and particularly my Halloween special, because I have quite a bit planned, so stay tuned for all those. And as always, until my next video, I shall see you then, and peace.